What's up, everybody? So, the last 2 days have been very tough, and I have breached my master account. I don't know, man. It was like I have breached it due to slippage. It wasn't my mistake. Obviously, it was my mistake in terms of risk management, but that was somehow calculated in my brain. The actual issue was slippage, and because of slippage, I breached my daily loss limit, and therefore I lost my master account, my $5,000 master account, which gave me two payouts. I invested $29 and I made $343 to be very precise. I made that money. Overall, it was I am still profitable, but man, that master account was like that was my first master account, and because of slippage it got breached. Now let me show you. I have the screen recording of this slippage as well. I have screen recording of each and everything, so let me show you that. So let's see. So let's give you the whole recap. So yesterday yesterday on Thursday, on 20th of August, Thursday, I took four trades. My number one rule is to not take more than two trades. So first of all, I breached my trading plan again. I broke my trading rules again, and that resulted in me breaching my master account. I don't know, man, why did I do that? But yeah, i I breached my trading rule. So I have the screen recording of the trade. Okay, so let's see. This was the first trade which I took on 20th of August. um, I lost $78. So now the whole idea of this trade was that at this point it was NY open, and this was the first candle, the 30-minute candle. It went and closed below the support. So there was clean range for price to go down. You can, as you guys can see over here. So because of that, I was looking for a sell. So I was looking for a sell, and I have the screen recording of the trade where I did this. So it was 5 4 p.m. 5 p.m. It's NY open, and it was 4 minutes into NY open, and you as you guys can see that this candle had broken through this support, and I was looking for a sell because there was clean range for price to go down, right? So at this point price was already going, like it was already like falling, and at this point my initial plan was that when this candle had broken below the support, so I had to enter on this candle's closure. But why did I not enter on this candle's closure is because, see, if I would have entered over here, then where would be my stop loss? My stop loss would be somewhere over here, and that was a massive stop loss. So to trim my stop loss, what I was waiting for is I was waiting for this candle, the next candle, to wake up, and as soon as it starts to break below the low of the previous candle, break below this low, I would enter. But what happened? This candle did not go up, it did not make a high, and it immediately went and it started breaching the low of the previous candle. So I didn't enter, and then I think I was also I was also like, um in that feeling that, man, I have missed the trade, and I was like feeling very FOMO as well at this point. So maybe that, because of bro, what happened? Yeah, maybe. Okay, so at this point, this is the 30-minute, and the 30-minute is, like, this candle is still open, and on the 15-minute, like, let's just skip this a bit. Yeah, so I entered a sell over here, and why did I enter a sell? So see, my overall idea for this sell was that, see, the first half of the 30-minute candle, which was this, had was made, and the first 15 minute, the first half of the 30-minute candle, the first 15-minute candle of the 30-minute candle had closed bearish. It was if you see, if you guys look at this candle carefully, this candle is a rejection candle. But I don't know why I entered a trade right as the next 15-minute half of the 30-minute candle wicked up and it started to break below the low. So my overall idea was that, see, because it's high volume, the first 15-minute candle has sort of closed like a rejection, but that really doesn't give me like, I think, to be very honest, I was feeling FOMO at this point. And what I did is, my overall, at this point, um, the only reason for me to take this trade was that, see, if the next 50, this later half of the 30-minute candle, if it's breaking below the low, I entered. And what happened over here? Wait, yeah. Now let's see when did I enter. This is my first trade which I took. So over here, as soon as this candle broke the low, I entered, but it did not breach the low. It just tapped into that zone and it did not breach the low. So it never breached that low. It just tapped into that low and then it never breached. And then my stop loss was on the current candle's high and I was targeting somewhere over here. So basically, over here, I entered based on, I think I entered based on, like, this was not my A plus setup, that's for sure. That this was not my A plus setup. I would be very sure in this. So nothing happened. It went and it, I think, took out my stop loss. Yeah, it went and it took my stop loss. As soon as it breached, I closed the trade and I lost around $78. This was the first trade of the day. This was the first trade of this day in which I lost $78. Then Then I took another trade. I tried to give my my trade a second chance. I tried to take another trade. If you see, I I was breaching my rule. Although I won $86 in this trade, I recovered my loss, but still I breached my rule. So what happened over here? Then what happened is that this candle broke below the low, I guess. Yeah. So I entered again. Okay, so after that trade, where I lost $78, I was still monitoring the charts, and this is the screen recording of that. So I was still monitoring the charts, and at this point, man, I don't know. Like, when price retraced back, I entered again. I don't know why I entered. I entered because I thought price is giving me a second chance, and let's just enter. This was also a bad trade, but I entered over here as it went again, and it went to the end, went towards the the low of the previous candle, and my stop loss was over there. Entered with point 0.2 lots again, and price was retracing. Stop loss was $50. Maybe that was the reason why I entered over here. I thought, let's give my trade a second chance, and I gave it a second chance, and then price started moving in profits. So then I booked somewhere at $80. Now uh, at this point my only target was to, like, break even my day. My target was to just close my trade and, like, just break even the day, just to recover my loss. So at this point I was trading to recover my loss. So yeah, I've been just exited somewhere over here. Yeah, I exited somewhere over here. As you guys can see, when I hit $78, I exited because $78 was my loss prior to this trade. So at this point, I'm still break even. I'm above break even. Like, this was the $78 loss, and then I recovered it immediately. Though it was a bad trade, but I still recovered it, and I break even my day. Now I don't know, man. See, I don't know that why I entered again. I don't know why I was still monitoring the charts. I had already taken two trades. Now, after the second trade, after this trade in which I, like, made $86, I could have just called it a day. I took two trades. The first was a loser. The second one, luckily, I break even my day. I should have just exited that day, man. But I did not. I don't know what was going inside my brain. Okay, so one more thing is this, that on 20th, it was my third payout date. And I had nothing to request a payout, so that was also going by in my head. I just want to recover and get some profit so that I can request a payout. That was also going in my head. So after these two trades, I I called it a day, and then I don't know uh, why I again went towards the charts and I took the third trade. The third trade was over here. I don't know why I took this trade. Maybe let's just go to the 15 minute to see why did I take this trade. Yeah, so on the 15 minute, this 15 minute candle was a rejection candle, and at this point, what I was looking, I was seeing that there was a downtrend. Price went up, made a resistance with a resistance candle on the 15-minute time frame, and I entered a sell. At this point, this looked seemed a very good setup to me, and to be very honest, this was not a bad trade as well. But it was against my trading plan because this was the third trade of the day. My trading plan says to only and only take 1 to 2 trades, but this was the third trade. So I entered over here. As soon as the next candle started, my stop loss was on the current candle's high. Something happened, it retraced, and I lost $25. Still, okay, so why did I take the third trade is because see, I was still green for the day after taking this trade, so I thought this seemed to me like a good setup, and I just thought why not just take a third chance, and over here see things still make some sense because this was the third trade. I hadn't lost anything luckily because in this trade prior to this trade I recovered, and this trade seemed pretty good to me, like it was a downtrend, price went up, rejection candle seemed good to me. So I took this trade. Now, here is where I messed up completely. After taking this trade, after taking this trade, I was so married to my bias and I was so like, I don't know what had happened to me, man, but I don't know, bro. I shouldn't have taken the third trade. Yeah, so still after that trade, after where I lost $25, I think I don't know, man, what I did in this trade. See, I have the screen recording of this trade, and what happened basically is that see, it seemed to me like a pretty good setup, and where I lost $25. So you know what? I gave this trade a second chance as well. So at this point, I am so eager to take a win, and see, this setup was not good bad at all. These two setups were bad, but this was not a bad setup. I gave it a try. I should have just called it a day because see, even like your A plus setups also sometimes never work. So yeah, so I then went to the 30-minute time frame, and then what happened is this. You know why I gave this trade a second chance is because see, now this rejection candle was made at 30 minute, and 30-minute rejection candle downtrend, see it is still a downtrend. If you see, price was going down, it went up, rejected, made a rejection candle resistance, and as soon as the next candle wicked up, started to break below the low, I entered a sell with zero point 0.2 lots. Now let me show you the screen recording of the trade. Okay, so in this trade, I had entered as soon as it started to break below the low of the previous candle, 30-minute candle. My stop loss was right above this candle's high. And you know what? I intentionally, because this seemed to me like an A plus setup, I intentionally risked more. Okay, so I risked $150 in this trade because I thought even if I like target this range where my TP is, I thought, man, gonna make this money back. So if I make $150, I would instantly like get out from drawdown. So that was my whole idea of this trade. But you need to like really see, no matter how good your setup is, you need to still manage risk. And I think because of that, I man, I don't know, bro, but the setup looked seemed pretty nice to me, to be very honest. So so on my third trade, man, on my fourth trade, I entered over here because this rejection candle was made in a downtrend, and price. This was a 30-minute candle. Price had started to break below the low. The the stop loss was on the current candle's high. And to be very honest, I thought, man, this is a really good setup. I thought let's just risk more. Let's just risk $150 on this trade, and this was my target. The target was not very uh, it was not it was not unrealistic as well. It was very achievable, pretty achievable target. And I thought, man, this seemed to me like an A plus setup. And I thought, let's just risk 3% on this trade, and let's just get out of this freaking drawdown. And I'm gonna like get my account back in profits. I'm gonna like do this, do that, get my third payout. So I risked aggressively on this trade, and I risked $150. Man, this seemed to be, to me it seemed like. So hope you guys liked the video. And man, I still like, as you guys can see over here, that I lost $244 over here again due to slippage. I had entered right over here on the 30-minute candles closure. As soon as started to break downtrend, price went up, gave a rejection candle, entered right over here. The stop loss was on the current candle's high, got slipped up, lost $244. Pretty painful. You guys can see it over here as well. This was my master account. Man, pretty painful. So hope you guys liked the video. If I don't know, man, pretty painful, bro. I then after this trade I instantly bought another account, lost 4.7% again, lost 4.7% again. I cannot believe what I'm seeing right now. Like, this has never happened to me, bro. This has never happened to me. The first trade I took lost $154. The second trade I lost $82. I really need to like get in, take some break as well, because I really need to like recover my loss from this account. I have to pass this phase one. I have to pass this phase one. The trade breakdown of the first trade of my phase one account will be given later in the next video. But I hope you guys like the video. Hope you guys like the video, and we will bounce back. See, things like these happen, but if you stay persistent, if you like keep on working consistently, get better each day. See, the only difference between me and a trader who has made $1 million is that that trader never quitted. That trader kept trying, kept on doing the reps, and eventually succeeded. So if I like really take a deep analysis of on my trading journey right now, I am still profitable, man. I bought this account on for $29, made $343. So it was like I was pretty good in this account, but I don't know what has happened to me lately. This week I have messed up a lot, especially on this account. I should have not traded today. I traded today. It was Friday. I don't know why I traded. I traded, and I lost two. I lost 4.7%, man. I could have breached my account today as well. Thankfully, I did not breach it. I could not. I cannot believe what I have done today. So I don't know, man. But we will bounce back shortly, and we will. You see this 4.7% drawdown. I'm gonna take this account and we'll pass this account. So yeah, man. We're gonna bounce back, and we will take another payout from this account, and then we will buy a 10k challenge or a 25k challenge, and then eventually we'll buy a 100k challenge, and then we'll make money from that as well. So hope you guys like the video. Stay tuned into this journey. This is a very painful, like this whole, the past 2 weeks were very painful, but these past 2 weeks have taught me a lot. They have taught me a lot. They have, like, I have really explored myself as a trader now. So yeah, anyways, uh, I'm gonna head off, and we will surely bounce back on Monday. The next week, we're gonna recover this account, and then eventually we will pass this. So yeah, man, peace out.